Greetings, I am Player Nexus Ancient Gladiator today with my return to Player Loves Tabletop games. Because you know what? I got more to feature. Today, I'm bringing Code of Nine. Well, the game is to have the most points at the end. However, the rules that govern the points that you'll get at the end are distributed to each of the players. They'll have to try to figure out the rules that each of the other players have and try to act accordingly. Start of the game, you'll receive two memories. One you will place on the Abyss, the other you'll place on Shoal. Your Shoal memory is going to be the one players are more likely to see, while the Abyss is a little bit harder. You get to decide which is which, so that you know what's going to help you win the game. As part of the setup, you'll also have your three action pawns, and you'll have an amount of will depending on whether you're where you are relative to the start player. If you're starting the game, you don't get anything. If you're to the player's right, you'll get two. Everyone else gets one. Now I'm using these little discs as for the will instead of what the game comes with, little crystals. Just a little tracker. It's just too easy to just go, oops, you know. So I've included those with my copy. The other thing I included with this added to this copy is colored cubes as a reminder of what color pawns you're playing, because again the cards aren't marked for it. As part of the setup for the game, you have the option to give up one of your actions in the first round and return your memories and get two new ones. Everyone decides this at the same time, and everyone's memories go back in. You might see yours again, so keep that in mind. And what memories you'll end up with is also part of the setup. You gotta decide whether you're going to play the normal game with the normal board or the expert game with the expert board, which introduces some tougher challenges there. And the expert board also means expert memories get mixed into this. But once you figure out what side you're playing on and the memories that everyone starts with, put the turn marker on the one only spot. And the first player will take their first turn. You have access to any place that's available in the current round and any previous rounds, with the exception of the one only space. And the one only space, you can only place there if it's the first round of the game. But in order to place, you may have to pay will. So I could not play her library because I have to spend the one will, and going first means not starting with any. Going here, I could get 3 coins. Normally, you're limited to not placing where someone already is. However, the infinity space, everyone can play there multiple times if necessary. Again, remember the rules that you're playing by. As other people figure out the rules, by going to places where they can look at other people's cards, they'll have to take different actions accordingly. But over the course of the game, you can gain more will. You can gain coins. Coins are worth nothing unless card memories affect them. You can get statues. They're worth one each. You can get books. Those are worth one each, and may be very critical in the expert mode. Once round two opens up, players can start gathering the legacies. There's one white legacy and one black legacy. And then the expert game adds in the metal, which is normally a -2. But again, every memory can affect what value each of these things are worth. So you'll take your action, next player will take theirs. Eventually, everyone will have placed their pawns, and then everyone will recover. Whoever took the clock tower in the previous round, say red took it, they will go first in the next round. The game ends at the end of the fifth round, or when the two players each holding the white and black legacies go to the place where they ended the old world and set them free. Saying the releasing the legacies means not getting the points, but there may be other goals that require the legacies to be released. Regardless, when the game is over, everyone's memories are revealed. And all memories will affect the scoring of the game. So I want to sort them out by their order number. So order number one. Order number one affects um, the cannot win the game effects. So if that applies to you, then you can't win the game, no matter what your points are. Order number two affects coin values. Order number three affects statues. If we had any order four, it would affect books. Order five affects the legacies. Order six affects will and items. Order seven, which is in the expert game, affects the metal. And then order eight, if it is also expert only, it affects the value of books in a way that determines your final score. In a normal game, this number will always be 1, but the expert game might cause your books to be considered as a final multiplier. And remember, anything multiplied by 0 is 0. So not having a book will hurt. But once you've applied all the modifiers and then calculated your points accordingly, player with the most points wins. With the speed of this game, it's entirely possible to play multiple games and do like whoever gets to a certain number of points or whoever wins a certain number of games. So it's possible to do that. So yeah, the expert mode. Let's see here. What is it? One of the early locations allows you to spend a will and force the metal onto someone else, onto any player. It also adds in some trickier memories to work with. In addition, as part of the setup for the expert game, a ninth card will just be dealt out to the side of the board. and it's possible to switch yours with the secret one. Now, this one does not affect scoring unless it's actually in someone's possession. And the location to do it is the Crossroads of Phenomenon. Other things that come up, um, the tokens are limited for the items. Books, statues, coins, the legacies, the metal, they are limited to what exists. Will, however, is theoretically unlimited. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Just pay attention to your memories, try to figure out your opponents, try to do the actions to make the most of those memories, and just win the game through figuring them out. Why do I like this game? First off, I found it as a budget title at an anime store, which kind of surprised the hell out of me. It's like, really? That cheap? And it's here of all places? Sure, why not? And I ended up really liking the overall design of it because it's kind of, it reminds me a lot of Flux with the kind of changes in the rules and the goals, but it also adds this kind of deduction factor as well. And there's also this whole mystery in play of, you know, apparently you're an automaton waking up 100 years after humanity is supposedly destroyed, and yet you're still trying to serve that spirit of humanity. So it's like, what happened? What's going on here? And you're in competition with other automatons in the process. So again, there's that. What's going on here? That's I want to know more about this world. You know, but yeah, it's just a fast game, and it's going to be different every time with the different memories and the two modes. The expert mode to shake things up. I can probably get a decent amount of mileage out of this game if I wasn't playing with more than 4 players already. Yeah, four. I don't know what it is about 4 player games that we have a hard time playing with our group because we end up with like 5, maybe 6 players instead. And then the 4 player groups we do have is on the weekends when we want to do longer games. But this is something that I really intend to hold on to and try to make an effort to play it in the future. Oh yeah, speaking of player counts, this game is playable with 3 players. There'll just be a ghost player that has no pawns whatsoever, no will. They don't take up any spaces. They'll just get 2 memories and they will apply at the end as normal. And they'll just have to try to figure out their memories and again play accordingly. Yeah, why else did I decide to pick up this game? Oh, that's right. So if you so as I pointed out before, I'm a big fan of soccer arms. So when I see yet another game by Baka Fire, I'm picking it the hell out. Yeah. Code of Nine, it's not that expensive on eBay. Find it there, or maybe find it at your local anime store or board gaming place. Because you know what? It's a fast changing game. going to be special every time, and I think it's fun. So yeah, check it out. Thanks for watching. This has been Pillar Nexus, and I'll see you next time.